Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Mahur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Samlaji Government College, Manfia, Chittorgarh. Today, I am going to explain respiration mechanism. Respiratory mechanism involves two important events. These are breathing and gaseous transport. Breathing means transport of gases from atmosphere to lungs and then vice versa. While gaseous transport means transport of gases from lungs to tissue and vice versa, but through blood. Today, I will discuss breathing. Breathing is intake of oxygen from atmosphere and removal of carbon dioxide from the body by a living organism. Breathing involves two processes, that is inspiration and expiration. Mechanism of respiration involves the alternate expansion and contraction of chest cavity, which is called respiratory movements. The respiratory frequency at rest varies from individual to individual. It is about 12 to 16 times per minute in an adult man and averages 12 times per minute. So, respiratory movements involve two phases, inspiration and expiration. Inspiration involves intaking of fresh air in the alveoli of the lungs, and it includes the muscle contraction. So, it is an active process. And there are two muscles which are involved in inspiration. Muscles are phrenic or radial muscle and external intercostal muscle. Then expiration. Expiration involves expelling of foul air out of the blood. And during rest, the expiration is a passive process and it simply involves relaxation of inspiratory muscles, phrenic and external intercostal muscles. Expiration is aided by recoiling power of lungs and thoracic wall, which decreases the thoracic cavity. But during forceful expiration, two expiratory muscles helps in expiration, that is abdominal muscle and internal intercostal muscles. There are some structures which also help in breathing. Structures are diaphragm, rib cage, intercostal and abdominal muscles. Diaphragm is a muscular, broad and flat flap-like structure. It separates the thoracic cavity from abdominal cavity. Actually, it forms the base of thoracic cavity. It has no perforation. Uh, Diaphragm contains circular muscle fiber, and these muscles are called phrenic muscles. And there is a nerve supply which is supplying the diaphragm is called phrenic nerves. In relaxed mode, the diaphragm is a dome shaped. At the time of inspiration, it lowers down to become flat and increases the volume of thoracic cavity. Then rib cage. This is a rib cage. There are 12 pairs of ribs in man. The dorsal end of each pair of rib is attached to the vertebral column. This is vertebral column. While their ventral end is attached to the sternum. This is a sternum, which is also known as breastbone. In this way, these ribs form a cage in which vital organs like lungs and heart are placed. First 7 pair of ribs are called true ribs. The next 3 ribs are called false ribs, while the remaining 2 pairs are called floating ribs. Then intercostal muscles. So there are two, external and internal. The muscles which are present between the ribs are called intercostal muscles. And these muscles make ribs to move inwardly and outwardly. So these are of two types. First, external intercostal muscle, and second, internal intercostal muscles. External intercostal muscles are inspiratory muscles. These muscles contract to pull the ribs outwardly. See, which results an increase in the volume of thoracic cavity and reduces the pressure in the cavity, and it facilitates inspiration, or we can say inhalation. As these muscles are responsible to inspiration, hence they are also called as inspiratory muscles. Then internal intercostal muscles. These muscles contract to bring the ribs inwardly or internally. See. These results a decrease in the volume of thoracic cavity, which increases the pressure in the cavity, and it facilitates expiration, or we can say exhalation. As these muscles are responsible for expiration, these muscles are also called as expiratory muscles. Then abdominal muscles. Abdominal muscles present in abdominal area, and contraction of these muscles compresses the abdomen and pushes its contents, it's a viscera, towards the diaphragm, and these muscles help in expiration. So these are all structures which are helpful for breathing. Now, how does expiration and inspiration occur? I will explain. So, first, inspiration. In inspiration, radial muscles, or we can say phrenic muscles, extend from diaphragm to ribs and vertebral column. When these phrenic muscles contracts, the diaphragm is flattened. When it is flattened, it increases the thoracic cavity anterior posteriorly. It is principal inspiratory muscle and is responsible for about 75% of tidal volume. Then external intercostal muscles. These are 11 pairs of muscles present between 12 pairs of ribs. When these muscles contract, the ribs are pulled upward, see, upward and outward. So thoracic cavity increases dorsoventrally and laterally. So when both the types of muscles, that is phrenic muscle and external intercostal muscles, contracts simultaneously, the thoracic cavity increases. Here you can see. So this expands the lung, which decreases the intrapulmonary pressure, then the atmospheric pressure by -2 to -6 millimeter. So in order to equalize the pressure, the fresh air rushes into the lung through the respiratory tract on the principle of diffusion, and this is called inspiration. In normal inspiration, alveolar pressure decreases to about -1 centimeter of water, and it inhales about 500 milliliter of air into the lungs in the period of 2 seconds of inspiration. The exchange between oxygen of air and carbon dioxide of blood of pulmonary arterial capillaries take place at the alveoli, which is based on the principle of diffusion, and because of it air becomes formed. Now expiration or exhalation. It involves when the expiration is forceful, then two expiratory muscles helps in expiration. which are abdominal muscles and internal intercostal muscles. So, abdominal muscles extend from the ribs to the abdominal area. When this contracts, the abdominal visceral organ are pulled upward and towards the diaphragm. So, the diaphragm becomes more convex. See. And the thoracic cavity decreases anterior posteriorly. Here you can see diaphragm is relaxing and becomes dome shaped. So it decreases the thoracic cavity anterior posteriorly. Now internal intercostal muscles. These are 11 pairs of muscles present between the ribs. When this muscle contracts, ribs are pulled downward, see, and inward. So the thoracic cavity decreases dorsoventrally and laterally, and because of it, thoracic cavity decreases and reduces the lungs. So intrapulmonary alveolar pressure rises by +3 to +4 mmHg to the atmospheric pressure, and it forces about 0.5 liter, that is 500 ml of air out of the lungs during 2 to 3 seconds of expiration. So this is a expiration or exhalation. So when foul air goes out of the lung, it starts from alveoli. Alveoli is here. Then from alveoli to alveolar duct. From alveolar duct, it goes bronchioles, then bronchioles, bronchi, tertiary, secondary, and primary. Then trachea, then larynx, then glottis, pharynx, nasal chamber, and then from nostril, the foul air goes out of the human body. So this is all about inspiration and expiration. Again, I explain when muscular region of diaphragm contracts, diaphragm flattens, and internal costal muscle and internal intercostal muscles relaxes, but external intercostal muscles contracts, and because of this, ribs moves up and out. Because of it, volume of thorax increases, pressure around lung decreases, pressure in alveoli decreases, and air enters the lung. Then mechanism of exhalation. Muscular region of diaphragm relaxes and it becomes dome shaped. Then external intercostal muscles relax, internal intercostal muscles contracts, and because of this, ribs move down and in. So volume of thorax decreases, pressure around lung increases, pressure in alveoli increases, and air expelled from lungs. So this is inhalation and exhalation, or inspiration and expiration. So today I discussed what are the mechanism of respiration. It includes breathing and gaseous transport. Then breathing, what is breathing? Then breathing involves two things, inspiration and expiration. Then structures helping in breathing, which are diaphragm, rib cage, internal costal muscles, and abdominal muscles. Then how inspiration occur and how expiration occur, diagrammatically you can see. Then mechanism of inhalation and mechanism of exhalation. Now at last, I would like to discuss some differences between inspiration and expiration. Inspiration involves intake of air, that is the oxygen rich, but expiration involves removal of air, that is carbon dioxide rich. Inspiration is an active process, but expiration is a passive process under normal breathing. During inspiration, the volume of thoracic cavity increases and pressure inside decreases. While during expiration, the volume of thoracic cavity reduces and the pressure inside increases. Inspiration occurs due to the contraction of external intercostal muscles, but expiration occurs due to contraction of internal intercostal muscles. During inspiration, diaphragm moves downwardly, but during its expiration, diaphragm moves upwardly and becomes dome shaped. So, this is all about inspiration and expiration. Thank you.